And I'm live. All right. So, hopefully, got a good signal. Trying a little late night midnight madness. Well, it's not quite midnight here, but it is on the East Coast. And I thought I'd get maybe some people out towards the west that I usually don't, or maybe even somebody out in Hawaii. Or here we go. We got one person in. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. General area. So welcome to MacBean Scottish Fitness. Here to answer questions about fitness, nutrition, exercise, well-being, anything that you want to talk about. It doesn't require really any political agenda. How's that sound? Gray Ditch, that'll be them. Cadbury Commons. So the best way to get there is from Minefield. So, John from Being Scottish Fitness. If you've been on my channel before, welcome back. If not, basically do videos on nutrition and also on fitness and motivation and things like that. And I figured I'd come out here later and place marker. There we go. And have a chat with people. Zombie Cat, how we doing? Thanks for joining in. I don't know if you've been on before. I think I've seen you before, but welcome. Give me a general location where you're at, so I know where I'm talking. I'm thinking it's probably going to be towards the East Coast or the West Coast or further on. Got two in chat. Appreciate you coming in. Worked some overtime today on second shift. Checked my fish trap. Didn't have really anything going on there. Put the beer in the cooler. Have me a nice cold one. And thought I'd sit there and see who I could pick up on live stream. So if you have any questions, comments, say hi to each other. Feel free to pop in there and let me know. And then hit the thumbs up if you like. I appreciate it. I do have a lot of videos. I loaded up some today. You have a nice night. Thank you. I loaded up some videos today at different times, trying to determine when may be a perfect time to do uploads. It does seem that I have better success certain days than others. I had one little video I uploaded about 11:30, maybe close to midnight. And, before I knew it, hey, Harvey Black, cheers, how we doing? Before I knew it, I had 11,000 views in a couple hours. Then I can load other videos up that I think are really good videos, good exercise videos, and I get 10 views. So, I don't know. Sometimes it can be frustrating trying to figure out what it is YouTube wants. But I really think it's YouTube that does it. I put this video up on my second channel with only 100 subscribers, and it got 11,000 views. But on my main channel with almost 5,000 subscribers, I get it's a good hour. There we go. I get about 700 views at best. I should have brought my oops, excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, here, Midnight Madness. Thought I already had it on. Monetary. Let me make that change here real quick. There we go. And Control V. Let get out there. Got that saved. Yeah, like I loaded up an hour and a half ago. I've got like 4 views, 6 views, 2 views, 4 views. 10 o'clock, 22 views, 16 views, 15 views, and then 879 on one. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. And I got the slow down in the numbers. But I do have some people that are always commenting, which I appreciate. There's my live stream. There we go. It's a good hour. Hope you can make it soon. YouTube is difficult. It is. I used to get really good views, and then lately I've noticed that the views have been really garbage. I don't know if they changed something. I don't know if I made them angry. I didn't get any emails from them. I've not got any notifications from them, making me think that might be the case. You have other networks. I am on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. The kids set me up for that. And then every now and then I'll post one of my videos on Discord. But I used to do a lot with Facebook, but not so much anymore. Then I belong to a lot of groups. A lot of the groups, if you try to promote your YouTube videos, they don't approve it. So then I'm trying to remember which groups do and which groups don't. Instagram, it just seems like I get the floozy of the day that starts following me, and then they'll like a bunch of my stuff, and then about an hour or two later they're message requesting me, and I'm like, yep, I don't think so. TikTok sometimes I can't watch it. Just makes me angry. You just got a lot of opinionated jerks on there from all sides. But yeah, I try to utilize them as best I can, and then I uploaded videos at different times to see how that would affect. And I really didn't get the draw I thought I would. I uploaded 5 videos at 1,600 hours, 1,800 hours, 2,000 hours, 2,190 hours. So 20 videos I uploaded. And I think it maybe net totaled me a little over 1,000 views. Yeah, I seen that on Discord. Per hour this week, Tuesday. Start looking midnight Eastern time, 1 a.m. peak. Yeah, and that's actually worked out well for me because I found you through a viral video. I'll look at your networks. I already recommended you, but it's somewhat difficult. We speak Spanish on this side. Yep, and my habla español is based from my freshman year back in 1975. So, not much. So, where are you from, Zombie Cat? Which country? I'd be curious to know. Are you in Mexico, or are you further out? So I can say, ¿Cómo estás usted? Buenas noches. That's about it. Oh no, particular mas. And I'm amazed I even passed Spanish when I was in high school, because Costa Rica, oh, cool, small country, yeah, you know where that's at. I used to work with my dad until sometimes 2 in the morning, and then I'd come home and try to get some sleep, and then Spanish was first period, and I spent most of the time in classes. So I used to bring a tape recorder in, a real tape recorder, and record the class. And then I'd replay it at night before I went to bed. Yeah, I mean, I passed with a B. I'm amazed. Yeah. When I look back, I don't know how I did. but I guess I understood the English part of it, being the proper use of pronouns and things like that. But out from Costa Rica, so welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Muchas gracias. I haven't been out that way. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to St. Thomas Island. Been to Martinique, St. Martin, Barbados, St. Thomas, Grenada. Yeah, different reason there. Uh, but yeah, it's in Korea. I was over in Korea for a year. Uh, so when I was in the army, I was stationed in Korea for 1 year. That feels good. So I caught some overtime today. It was easy money, double time. Ooh, we see something there. So I got the Fallout 3 game in pause. I was playing that until people got in chat. And last time I did this was about 2 weeks ago. Had a pretty good turnout. Had some new people here and that. Harvey and one of my monitors, appreciate you popping in there. But yeah, of course, Tuesday we're supposed to get rain, so it means that we'll probably have cloudy skies. So I probably won't be able to see the meteor shower. Here comes Rockstar Rena. Oh, hi from Colorado. How you doing? I've been to Colorado. I went to Golden, Colorado when I was worked for Unilever, and we made a product. One of its sister companies made a product for the brewing companies. So we went and did a tour of Coors Brewing, which was a lot of fun. So I spent, I think, 2 days in Golden, Colorado. Harvey sent me. Well, thank you, Harvey. I appreciate it. So basically, my channel is on fitness, nutrition, and things that, for the health of your, mind, body, and soul. I do follow some other channels that are more into some other things, more serious things than that. But I let the experts take care of that stuff. I know I see Harvey and probably in about 2 other channels easily. That and I do have a lot of people that we all kind of follow the same group, which is kind of fun. I really like that. So with more striking titles and a little shorter. So I have, if you look through my list, I've got Crazy Old Man benches this, Crazy Old Man attempts this. My best video that just, for whatever reason, just went to town. I uploaded it back in, I think, October of 2019. And I was talking to a radio personality that worked out at the Shorewood Fitness with me. And he told me, he goes, hey, you should answer every comment you get, even the trolls. Because I was deleting the trolls. He goes, no, you answer everybody. I've been here 30 plus years, military family. Family came here in the 1850s, homestead ranch, still in the family. That is awesome. That is awesome. I remember going up to my grandpa and grandma Boone's farm up in Traverse City, Michigan. And that was always a blast. And that was in the family since the 1800s also. But so anyway, I started answering all of this one. And I had one that said just get in the gym and lift, and that's where the saying came from. On my T-shirt, I don't know if you can see it, but it just says just get in the gym and lift. And basically, I was responding to comments I was seeing on some Facebook groups where people were complaining that you do this, you do this, you use this, you do that, and I said, man, just get in the gym and lift. Don't worry about if you wear gloves. Don't worry about if you wear a belt or wear a slingshot or wear whatever. Just lift and do something that's going to make you more healthy. And my daughter has told me, says, Dad, you're getting all these views on Facebook, but Facebook don't pay you anything. So they actually set up my channel. So all the presentation on that all came from my two daughters. They're very talented and appreciated. And I think, and I enjoy doing the work. It is more work than I thought it would be. And I'm not doing it for the money because I ain't making enough money doing it. But when I have people go, hey, I tried this that you suggested. Now I don't have any more problems with my shoulders, or I've just my PR went up 10 pounds in 3 months, or this injury has now been dealt with, or I've lost this much weight, and things like that really make me feel good. So, but been in your 30 years military family. So, Rena, my my family's pretty heavy in the military. My dad was Army, I was Army. My sister was Navy. My two of my kids were Navy. And my last daughter was Air Force. My father-in-law was a Marine. I've got cousins that were Navy and Army. So yeah, if I was to hang all the pictures of military, it would cover probably every wall I had. But I do have one downstairs where it's got my dad, my father-in-law, and myself, and my three kids. And still waiting for my sister to send me a picture so I can put her on there. But out of six kids, the oldest and the youngest went. So my sister went. She was the oldest. I was the youngest, and I went. So uh, did my time, served, learned a lot of things. Appreciated the experience. Came out in one piece. Appreciated that too. And I just try to go through life and enjoy it. The one thing that I try to stress to people is don't let yourself be the one that keeps you from getting in the shape you want to be, because you'll listen to other people, but the person that you'll always listen to will be yourself. So you have to make sure that you do not allow yourself to unmotivate you. I try to get rid of the word can't. You know, so I'm sick for a while. I had dizzy spells for a while. My bench is not where it used to be, but it's going to get back there. Why? Because I'm going to put forth the effort and I'm going to get it done. And that's the one thing I have to do is you have to make sure that you're. No, there you go. You got to make sure that you're putting forth the effort and keep it. It's all about your farming videos, small videos on how to plant it. I need it. So yeah, I've been doing gardens ever since I was a kid. I gardened with my dad. His dad was a farmer and a rancher. Oh yeah, I'll hit 405 way before October. I plan on hitting 405 by the end of July, August at the latest. I'm gonna hit 365. Last workout um, goes on my live stream. I just didn't video it, and then I tried it a second time, and that one I was done. I didn't have any more energy. So probably not tomorrow because it's Memorial Day, but Tuesday I'll hit the gym and I'll go for 370. So at 370, I'm only 35 pounds away, and it's muscle memory. I've been there before, so the recovery is faster than if you were just starting at and 365 and trying to work yourself up to 405. I've been benching 405 since I was 45 years old. You just started weightlifting, great. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Don't be in a hurry, and don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Very accessories on my bench have been military press, dips, also helpful. Pull down triceps where I'll do the whole stack and even have somebody stand on it. Those are probably the three more powerful accessories. Other ones that help are the flies, but I use the flies as a stretching exercise. Like, oh, that feels so good, especially when it's a machine. So my body weight right now is 235. So I'm literally 30 pounds lighter than I was at the beginning of the year. Now I let myself get heavier than I tend to be. I usually try to hold my weight around 242, 245 till I'm about 10 pounds lighter than I usually am. But hey, it's summer, and I think come June there'll be a canoe trip down the river, and it doesn't look for me not to look too bad. I got the big upper chest, the big shoulders. So yeah, it really I'm at a point where I never thought I would be. If you would ask me in my 30s, I'd be pushing these weights at all, let alone in my 60s. I would have been, oh no way, I'm too tall. I'm too this, and then I realized, stop doing that, John. Stop being the person that unmotivates you, and say, let's make a plan. I finally had a guy, Aaron. He was a big bencher, 600-pound bencher. I mean, he had huge, huge shoulders. Oh, I'm 6'4", so 6'4", and he asked, well, when are you going to bench 405? And I think at the time I was benching about 350. I'm like, Aaron, man, I'm 6'4". Look at my arms and that. And I stopped. I said, man, I know better than to talk like that. So I gave myself 2 years to get to 405. And I think 20 months later, I hit it the first time. And then it took me about 3 or 4 months to hit it a second time. And then my goal was just to stay above 405. But, I found myself creeping up there, creeping up 5 pounds a year. So one day I hit 460. I'm like, wow. Pretty sure it helps me. Yeah. Trying to gain some back. Yeah. So so you lost weight because of the surgeries. Well, hopefully the surgeries were successful and did what they needed to do. I hope that you're going to recover in that. And basically, just calories and simple exercises will help you get back to that. Right. Yeah. I mean, you're always going to have setbacks and that. I'm still going to push for 500. Still going to try to get there. You know, and it's okay if I don't, but I'm still going to do it. I'm not going to be, at least not at this point in the game. I am not going to be satisfied by you know throwing up 365 because at my age, going into a gym that don't know me and benching 315 or more just amazes people. But I'm like, that's not me. I like doing in the mid 400s. You know, then they really are amazed. But that's what I want. What you go in the gym for, what your exercises are for, is you set for your own goals. Have I had an injury? Something we should watch out for. So I was feeling a lot of tightness in here when I was really going on an upswing, and I was getting ready for a meet, and I did a 425 pause easy, did a 440 pause easy. But I said, man, I'm really tight here. Maybe I'll rub it out or whatever. Then I threw 470 on there, and I was going up. I felt a little twing. So I had him grab the bench. I mean, I could have pushed it, but I would have done more damage. And stream on there that I did. It's actually one of the ones that I got like 369 views on how I recovered. And basically, number one, the mental part was tough. I knew I was injured, and I'm like, okay, this was December 21st, and at the end of February, I had a meet. And I was really wanting to just destroy it at the meet. And the way I was going to. But I stayed out of the gym for 3 weeks. The gym owner insisted, because you're not coming in. And then I started back up to 135. And the next workout, I went up to 185. The next workout, 205 and 250. And then and by February 28th, my meet, I went and did a new PR where I did 430 pounds or 195 kilos in a meet. So if you start feeling a lot of tension, a lot of tightness, then it probably means you need to not go as heavy and do more warm ups and make sure that you're getting a lot of nutrition in there. So that would be my advice on that. So far it looks like my signal is doing pretty well. So this is like my office. I've had this up here. Got the Xbox up here, which I play maybe, I don't know, once every 2 weeks. I got all my trophies, a whole bunch of my trophies up there, and plaques. I was gonna get rid of some, and the wife goes, "Don't you dare!" Says you worked hard for those, and the kids might be interested in it. And so yeah, the injuries are going to happen, but you just got to keep pushing forward, and listen to yourself. If your body, if you start getting too tight or too sore, then you need to make an adjustment. Always say if your form starts to suffer, then you need to use less weight. Now, get the form down first. Worry about the weight later. But I'm pretty active. I got a pretty active day, which keeps me out of trouble. I work 8 to 10 hours a day, depending on the day. I went in for 8 hours double time a day and ended up working 9. And I'll spend an hour and a half to 2 hours in the gym about 4 days a week right now. I want to get it to 5. It's been a hard time squeezing everything in. I put in a garden. I'll spend an hour or so working in the garden, carrying out water, rototilling, weeding, planting. Still have 2 more grow bags I got to plant. So I want to get the soil for them. And I've got some other plants that are coming up that I need to transplant, so I got that going on. I also had to keep the lawn going. I've got a lot of acreage, but I only mow about 3.5 acres. So, and then, trimming trees and getting rid of unwanted trees and bushes. And I'm not complaining. I enjoy doing all this stuff. But my day's pretty full. I get about 6 hours sleep. And that's about it. But then, restocking the pond. And then usually on the weekends, I like the wife and I go out and have a couple drinks a day with friends. And we had a really good time. Tomorrow I'm working 8 hours overtime. It's a holiday, so it's like triple time for 8 hours. And I'd like to get in there early because on those days you don't actually have to go in during your shift. You can go in earlier, so that means I can get home earlier. So, example, I went in at 1 o'clock today, and I could have came home at 9, but I worked till 10. And you always want to achieve more. Yes, you do. The thing it is it will happen over time. Don't be in a rush. It's like when you're trying to gain weight or lose weight. You weigh yourself every 2 or 3 weeks. Don't weigh yourself every day. You fluctuate too much. When you're trying to get stronger, don't sit there and record what you're doing every day. But it's okay. Say I benched this amount of weight in March. March 1st I benched this amount of weight. Okay, April 1st, let's see how much I bench. If it was the same or more, then you're doing well. Hey, Christopher, you made it. I didn't know if you were going to make it. So I did actually start at 11 o'clock. So, yeah, this is my relaxing. So I'm relaxing. I got the Fallout 3, which I'm not playing right now because I've got this going on, which is more fun. But I'm having a nice cold beer. I got no one down in the fridge waiting for me. Here, call me. John, I hear you. I kind of got things of interest here. Wow, that's light. Chargeable batteries. Got a bunch of those. I can't believe how light a D cell is. Rechargeables. What else I've got? The AA to use most of the time. I I follow the Alaska Prepper, Rody, and a lot of the things that he's recommended I have. So we had a power outage during a big rainstorm, and I have a basement, so I have a sump pump. And the wife called me and she goes, "Well, she was worried about the basement was going to flood." And I said, "Well, I have a solar generator backup on it. Just go down there and make sure it's engaged." It's a good thing she went down there because it wasn't. So I told her what button to hit. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. And hope you have a great weekend. I am having a great weekend. Well, I had a really fun day yesterday with the wife. Now, she was wanting to see her mama. So I'm batching it for the next couple of days. Which means I'll get a lot of stuff done. Work some overtime. Just make the money. Money, 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 money. Uh, where was I? Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it'll come back though. But Christopher, good job on those deadlifts. That's some serious weight you're picking up. It's more than I deadlift. I'm happy with my deadlift though. Because I just don't have a very flexible back. So gardening's going great. I tell you, I wish I had more time to spend on it, as always, but I did get the ground tilled up really nice. So, anytime I have to retill it, the rototiller just glides through it. Uh, the potato plants are popping through. So I got two that popped through, getting pretty big. I got two more that have just cracked the soil. I can see them. I'm sure that fifth one will come through. uh, Tomatoes are blossoming. The beans I only got like about 9 good bean plants, but at least the bugs haven't eaten them yet. For a couple of years, I've just had them where the bugs just eat the leaves, and then all they have is stems. So far, that hasn't happened. Well, that net that I bought last year to trap fish is working exactly the way you said it would. It works great. I've caught a turtle for the pond. I think I put 9 good sized bluegill in there. I've gotten rid of some bad mollies out of the creek, but that's doing well. So yeah, I'm trying to separate. Every now and then, I will put my farming stuff on my Scottish Fitness, but I'm trying to have the MacBean's Farms and Prepping be like a separate channel. But until it gets monetized, it's only got 132 subscribers, which is actually not bad. It's going pretty well. I just can't get over. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday that one video just went nuts. I posted about putting 2 bluegill in the pond that I netted out, and I think I had like 1,100 views in 20 minutes, and I had 5,600 views in about an hour, and then in the morning I had 11,000 views. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Then I reposted it on mine, and I got like 800. Feeling a little sore, that's good. Sore means you're growing. Sore means you're growing, so that means get more protein in there for the healing. I don't know if I'm going to train tomorrow or not. I know my one buddy down up in Shorewood will probably have the gym open until noon, so I could sneak up there for an early morning one, but I want to get some gardening done. Yeah, it's supposed to rain Tuesday, so I think I'm going to push my bench day till Tuesday, and then I'll just go to the local gym, uh, and then probably do my live from there. So I think I want to be working in the garden, fire the rototiller up, pull some weeds, carry some water up. Just because it might rain doesn't mean it's going to rain here. It rains everywhere but here sometimes. Like little teasers. It rains to the north, it rains to the south, it rains to the east, and it rains to the west. But yeah, Christopher, you're pulling some good weight. Keep it going. Stay safe. Don't get hurt. I got the fan on here to move air around. I'm in an A-frame, which is great. The only problem is it's hard to move air in a A-frame. So you need fans. You don't have enough return air. There's really no way of doing it. So I actually turned the ceiling fans on for the first time. We usually don't have them on, but I can tell it has really done the job. So for once, the upstairs is probably as cool as the downstairs. Yep, growing up takes time. Yeah, don't be in a hurry. You know, I remember I was in a hurry. Now, poof, here I am. Like, all you've had to have hair again. So anybody that might play the Fallout games, Dan, this is my shady hat. And my daughter found this one for me when we were out in Sober. Hey, how you doing, Sober Powerlifting PR King? Good morning. Almost morning. It might be morning where you're at. It's funny how you busted that one kid exaggerating his numbers just a bit. I don't know why he would do something like that. I had somebody do that before too. He talked about it. He had this suspension stuff, and then we went to open powerlifting, and I said, "Man, I can't even find you in here. If you said you did this in a competition, it would be there." And then I never heard from him again because he was saying he was a 500-pound bencher, at my age and stuff like that. And I searched, and somebody else searched. Somebody else go, well, "That's funny. I can't seem to find you." you know. So it's like sometimes you got to be careful when you talk smack. Yeah, total 180 pounds in his late 40s, and it was 1100. And I'll be honest with you, I've been happy with 1100. You know, I mean, why sit there and exaggerate it? 1100 total is great. Anything over 1,000 total, man, I'd be happy as all could be. Why sit there and try to paint something or not, and be happy with what you are? You know, I put my videos out there. So people say, well, what do you do? There's my video. Yep. I was surprised they had some of my lists from Sunlight Power. I wasn't even aware that these were being recorded. It wasn't until I think Brian, who I always compete against, goes, did you realize that you're, you know, rated blah blah blah, and open power lifting? And I'm like, I'm rated what? I'm what and where? Yeah, 1,800. But I think he said his body weight was like supposed to be only 180 pounds. Yeah, I know some strong people. I know some people that pulled a lot. I mean, I watched them do it. You know, right? I'd be happy with 1,100 at that age and at that weight. I'd just be saying, here's what I can do. But he wanted to brag, and you get that sometimes. I don't know why people do that. They're trying to put you down in that, and I'm always trying to lift people up. I don't care if you're benching 100 pounds. I don't care if you're benching 500 pounds. If you put the work in, it's the best you can do. Great job. Let's get you 5 pounds more in 3 months. One guy that he was happy because he went from 140. He might have been kilos, but 140 kilos. That he followed my advice, and then he hit 145. I said, that's awesome. I even put him on my community page. I asked him first. He said, no, absolutely. I said, well, yeah, I want to give a shout out. That's a great thing. And I know you're dealing with getting over that one heck of a flu that I had. Then I had a dizziness after. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Silver Powerlifting. I know your name, but I don't use it on YouTube. But you and I are on a lot of the same bench groups and that, and I'm always watching your videos. And I try to comment on most of them, but I give a thumbs up on every one of them. That's some great stuff you did, and then you got that certificate too. You know, you're coaching and that. I think you got a lot to offer to people. If your channel gets big, or if you want to just be on my channel, maybe we should do that. Let's try to do a StreamYard. I'm getting really close to 5,000 subscribers, and I said I do kind of a giveaway and something. So do you want to maybe pop in on StreamYard? When I do that, I may not do it at the house because I probably won't have the signal strength to do it, but I'll probably do it. I'll probably do it out of my car in Pontiac because then I'll have a strong 5G, and then I'll just do it from the dashboard, lights. So if you'd like to do that, Silver Powerlifting, shoot me an email on scottishfitness@gmail.com, and then maybe I can have you pop in as a guest thing for my contest, and you can kind of talk about what you do and your accomplishments. Because that would be exciting for my subscribers to hear. That there are other people out there like me that sit there and put forth the efforts in that, and maybe that'll motivate more people. Should have thought of this before. Well, better late than never. But thank you once again for the chat. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, he has a lot of things on the bench groups and Facebook and that, but I'd really like to see his YouTube channel grow. He's got a lot of good things to offer. And he puts in some serious work. And I mean, he's got a hell of a deadlift. Yeah, I'd be happy with a 600-pound deadlift too. Except it's about 150 pounds more than I'm able to do. I haven't been doing much deadlifting lately. It just been kind of warning my lower back and that, but I will get back into it. I'm just going to do lighter weights and more reps. And the same thing with the squats. I'm just going to start repping the crap out of it. I just don't want to squat before I go to work because, you know me, I'm going to overdo it. And then I'm going to have a hard time walking. So, but we need to do that because the way it's going, I mean, I'm less than 200 away from 5,000. I think by sometime in June, I'll probably hit it. Then what I'll do is I'll kind of advertise it, but I would like Silver Powerlifting PR King to be on it. And I'll invite Gray Man Prepping. See if he has time to be on it. But he's got 2 jobs in his channel. He does a lot of work on his videos. I'm more on the fly. And maybe get you and Gray Man on it. That'd be fun. Squatting after work is a good time. Problem is I'm getting off at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, we can message each other on Messenger. And we usually do. I think I can send you the link. I might be able to send you the link through Messenger. I'm not sure. I know before I've gotten a link through email. Then a lot of times I can just post a link on the chat and you can just pop on it and it'll take you to it. I don't know if you did StreamYard before, but it's how you can have multiple people on your chat. And those Van City Prepper, I've been on her channel, been on Gray Man Prepping. All day event. Yeah, I know. I know it's Memorial Day. There we go. I must go. I have training early tomorrow morning. Keep it up. And I cannot recommend you a beautiful day. Well, thank you very much. Muchas gracias, Zombie Cat. I do appreciate it a lot. Yeah, Alaska Prepper. I'd love to get him on there too, but I think he's just way too busy. You got over 130,000 subscribers. You're just I know he popped on Gray Man and then gave away the silver. Gray Man won. Well, they're ever going to try to find a silver mine, I'd have Gray Man come with me. And I'm surprised that piano probably, if it's a real piano, those things are pretty heavy too. Yeah, I used to. I don't know if you have above ground or in ground, but when we moved out here, we bought a pole and we looked at a 15-foot round and ended up getting a 33-foot round. Oh my God, 26,000 gallons of water. I was spending $70 a week keeping that water clean. Huge cramps pulling the leaves off the cover. I was wrapped in a bunch of leaves, probably weighed a few 100 pounds. Oh yeah, I know. I'd pull that cover off and try and figure out what to do with it and that. And of course, they didn't have any trees around the pool, but I tell you, we had the pool for I don't know 12 years. We got a lot of use out of it, but I was happy when the storm come and messed it up. I just took the insurance money and I said, well, because we're getting another one. I said, if we do, it's going to be a 15-foot. He goes, well, that's too small. So, okay, I'm not getting one. Just, I had to, probably were putting about 10 to 15 gallons of chlorine in a week just to keep it from turning green. Okay, that works. And my email is on my YouTube. So I always give that out. That's not, I mean, that email is for this. I have other emails too. But yeah, you can do that on Messenger. That's fine. But or you can just email me directly from you. But I try to keep things simple. That's for this channel. Then I have different. I have a different email for my other stuff, and it seems to work out pretty well that way. I used to tell that to people when I was trying to get them in the Sears. I ran a Sears store. For an email, we'd give you money. And they said, well, I just get too much stuff from my email. So, well, here, create a new Gmail. Sears coupons at gmail.com. My Sears, whatever. Yeah, heal and rest. Absolutely. What did I miss here? Hang on a second. Yeah, the cramps. I get cramps too, and of course we're at that age. I mean, I'll do a huge arm workout, and all of a sudden, it'd be like this will just cramp up. My hand's like this. So I goes, "What's wrong with you?" I said, I just got to straighten my hand out. But if I didn't put the work in, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And you got to put the work in. That's just it. You know, Anybody's in this sports and doing really well, we're doing a lot of work. You know, uh, and then the bodybuilders are doing a lot of work, and then they do that dieting stuff, which is well, it's above ground. Yeah, I made a mistake of not putting an inner tube in the middle of it. Dropped all its leaves. Well, now you know. Hopefully, you'll remember by next year. How big of it? They had a 33 round above ground one. They were putting it in, they were laughing, saying, "Yeah, they just came up with a 40." And I said, "No," but it was nice. They had three kids; they were young, and the pool was big enough for them to be on one side and splash and make all the mess they wanted. And Mama and I were on the other side relaxing. So I got 9 thumbs up. That's pretty cool. I like that. Better off without a pool. If I lived any further south, absolutely would have to have one. Yeah, magnesium and Gatorade and potassium. My daughter lives in Arizona and they have a pool, but it's a built-in, but it's not big. It's it's a smaller one, but they have a shade over it. They have to have a shade over it, otherwise the water gets too warm. It's funny that she's living out there because she said, I'm never going to live out in Arizona. You know, never say never, as I always say. We went out there last summer during the wedding shower, and I had lunch with two of my friends from high school, and they were all excited to see me. They're like, hey, how you like Arizona? I said, I'm not a fan. I said, it is too hot. It's way above my comfort level. Kind of checking my analytics out. Well, my views are up anyway. That's the good news. I got a bunch of comments from you, Christopher, I need to get to. I'll get to them later. Yeah, somebody who's probably from Pietro Salvito. I got a few I got to answer him too. There we go. But yeah, cramps are no fun. And I mean, I try to make sure I don't get them at night, especially when I'm in bed, because they'll bring you out of bed real quick. Right back. I gotta run to the fridge. Just downstairs. Righty. Thanks for waiting, everybody. And ow, ran my heel. Beer run. Yeah, it's a 20 or 21 foot. Yeah, and that's what I should have got. I mean, a 33 foot's almost like twice the volume, and like I said, didn't have no trees, didn't have any shade of it. It was just basically, and then we started getting these. So the first year, no problem. Second year, no problem. Third year, started getting some flies about this big. I mean, the biggest horse flies I've ever seen. They bite, and they're really tough to kill. Like, I mean, third year, I killed like maybe 3 of them. The fourth year, I killed maybe 15 or 20. And by the fifth year, I'm killing 10 to 15 a day. And they get to the wall, and I had these flippers. And one was on the wall of the house, and I go, ninja. And I threw the flipper, and I nailed it. It's like smack. The kid's like, holy crap. I can't believe you did that, Dad. But we used to sit there with a flipper in each hand, or sandals, whatever you want to call them, just to kill those damn flies. And they were just, I don't know, I think the chlorine attracted them or something. Because once I got rid of the pool, they went away. So, got 10 thumbs up. Thank you very much for hitting the thumbs up, everybody. If you haven't said hello yet in chat, please do. Definitely like to sit there and know who we're talking to. And Bitter Critter, there we go. Darn critters. Woke me up. Good to see y'all. Good to see you too. So I was over at my buddy's house earlier today, and he reminds me of your place because he's got chickens and ducks and turkeys and cats and dogs. In the garden, and he's got a workshop and all that stuff. So I was over there to get the wiper for my wife's car. And how we doing, Bitter Critter? Good seeing you. Well, Bitter Critter's got a channel too, and he's got some pretty interesting stuff there. So, you know, get the little farm going on there. Yeah, I try to watch your videos later on at night because I work second shift, and where I work, it's too loud for me to hear anything. We got. Oh man, I need to bring my siphon. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. Where are you from? And is it your first time here, or have you been here before? Remember, I'm old and forget. If your first time, welcome. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're just having a nice, relaxful chat here. It's getting ready to be midnight here in Central Illinois. But I've been here before, but never had a live stream. Oh, welcome. I usually don't have them this late, but I did it 2 weeks ago, and it actually was a pretty nice turnout. The garden's going good. I got the potatoes are coming up in those grow bags. That the motivation from the grow bags came from Gray Man prepping. I've seen his setup. That was the first time I did that. And then the regular garden's about 50 by 50. I got 3 rows of corn have come up. And about every third hill, I planted sunflowers. So I had them come up. Because sunflowers, I get these nice yellow birds that eat them. They look like a canary, but I'm sure they're not. They're probably a yellow finch. But I remember when one year I put about a half acre of sorghum and sunflowers in the backfield. I tilled it with a disc harrow, and then I just threw the seeds over it, and then I ran over the disc harrow about 6 more times, and just let nature take its course. And it worked. It was like, hey, stuff grew. Oh, you're from Nebraska? Oh, okay. I don't think I've been to Nebraska yet. I've been everywhere around it, but I don't think I've been to Nebraska. I don't think there are a lot of states I haven't been to. I've been to Alaska. I've been to Hawaii. And but I don't think I've been to Nebraska. I don't think I've drove through Kansas. I've been really close. And Mississippi, and possibly Alabama. I think those are the only states I have not been to. I'm going camping in a couple of days. Awesome. Yeah, I used to camp, and then I went into service, and I camped for 4 years. I camped out. I did take the kids camping though a few times. Man's Gang guy, there we go. Just finished blasting shoulders tonight. The grind will never stop. Great job. Good seeing you. Welcome back. I like doing shoulders. In almost any exercise you're doing shoulders too. That's usually when they wear loose shirts and that, but when they sit there and tap me on the shoulders, that's when they hesitate because they're like, "We got big shoulders." Yeah, I do. Thank God we haven't visited the deep state. I don't know. Well, like I said, there's a lot of people out there all concerned in that. Well, I'd be concerned too if I haven't been preparing, but I've been preparing. And I'm still concerned. But, I think there's a lot of fear being sold out there. And I think you just got to keep doing what you're doing. I mean, Brother Critter, you're set up pretty good. I mean, it's gonna be the big cities are gonna have a hard time. half the size of a grapefruit hail. Holy crap! Heading to Panama City Beach soon. Going to be the sexiest man on the beach. There you go. Now give them something. Give them something to strive for. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. Actually, my this is Scottish Fitness is in Missouri right now. Look at that Omaha thing, God. There we go. So she went to go see her mama uh, down there by Joplin. I decided to stay home and work because today was double time and tomorrow's triple time. So that was just too much money to bypass. See now they're giving it away. So yeah, I did a little experiment today. It's 3 hours from me. Okay, I thought you were so you were south of St. Louis. Don't tell the town here, but I know you did email me before. So we go down 44, and last time the wife and I were down there, we I usually stop at Lebanon and go to the knife outlet there. And that's where I pick up all these little pretties. Oops. I call it my jewelry. You all enjoy your channel. Keep banging out the videos. Bedtime. Everybody have a great day tomorrow. You too. Thanks for stopping in, Mask Gang Guy. I appreciate that. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate that too. So I stop in Lebanon and I'm always buying toys. When I go to events where I got my cowboy hat on and my sports coat and I'm wearing one of these. It's like, people put on necklaces and rings and that. I put on nice looking knives. Last time I bought some smaller ones, some small case knives. But I do appreciate everybody who comes in and comments and that. Christopher does a great job of commenting. Michael at the Body Beat Down does too. Him and I are exchanging shirts. I did do a poll for this members, and I do have a few members, not many, but I have a few. I told them after 6 months, I'm gonna send them a T-shirt. Yeah, they're population 400, one stop sign with lots of American flags. There you go. So where I'm at, population is 550. Lots of American flags here too. Matter of fact, mine's still up because I have solar lights on it. And Christopher, I will, when I get a chance, I will answer those comments that you left. Yeah, you know, so I do answer them all and do appreciate it. Yeah, we stop in Lebanon, either there or usually on the way back home. I have a sister and brother-in-law that live north of Springfield. I'll stop in the Bass Pro Shop every now and then. Go to the fishery in Neosho. And oh yeah, we did stop at Uranus Fudge Factory. I even did a little short video on that one. That was fun. But yeah, next time I do cruise through, better clear if you want, and I'll let you know I'm in the area. And it doesn't sound like you're too far off the beaten path. I-49, I'll have to look at that. At some point, you're probably not that far off I-44. How far are you off of I-44? So if I was coming down 44 and I had to take an exit, am I going 30 miles to get to you? Am I going 100 miles to get to you? We always go through Rolla. We got to holla because we were going through Rolla. And then Canton, or there's a few others that we always are mentioning. It tastes so good. I like a good Foster's. And see, this is the can I'm used to. So when I'm out and I'm drinking in the only 12 or 16 ounce cans, they go down way too quickly. So it's midnight madness. Woo! I show one in chat, but that YouTube that really don't mean anything. I've seen that, and I also see 3 or 4 people commenting that. Hopefully, I'm still 5x5. That's one thing that may shut me down, but usually I get some sort of message in that. Yeah. Damn, that's not good. Come on, John. Let's try it tight. Let's create a poll. I don't know anything to do a poll on. 5x5. There we go. But it's funny. I'll say, "Oh, there's only one in chat." There's like 5 people listening for joining in. Joining. I was a science major. I wasn't an English major. So yeah, I was like today. I said, "Man, I'll work a little extra hours at work, make some easy money, pay for the extra hour, paid for my night out with the wife yesterday." And then I said, I had time to do it. I did this about 2 weeks ago, and it was a pretty good turnout too. I'm trying to figure out what helps the channel the most. I'm thinking the lives really kind of get everybody tied together. I know the ones in the morning are probably more enjoyable, because I'll get pretty much a handful of them from the Prepper Nation. But I figured doing it later at night would allow me to reach some other people that usually would not be either awake at this time, just trying to figure, if I'm wanting to hit the, I've gotten people from India, from Turkey, from Iran, Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, England, Great Britain, Scotland, Ireland, Canada, of course, Costa Rica, India, Australia. But I haven't really got anybody from like Japan or Korea, which actually they're like a day ahead of us. I remember I left Korea when I was over there. I left on like the 29th at 1 p.m. and I got to California on the 29th at 1 p.m. I was in the air for 17 hours, but that was kind of interesting. That we went through the date timeline and went back in time. It was how long you left ago? I just left 17 hours ago. It's the same time when I left. 5, 3, 7, 6. So hang on a second. I want to take this call from Mrs. Scottish Fitness. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? I'm good. I'm into my second Foster's. I'm at home. Remember, I'm sorry. The phone's downstairs, so I could have a good signal. I'm actually live streaming. No, I can still talk. We've been just kind of chatting away. I got the Britter Critter, the Masked Gaining Guy, Christopher Seat, RB Black 2. I know. All right, sweetie pie. I'm glad you had a safe trip. I know. Well, I got that going too, but I haven't played anything because I've been engaged. I did this about 2 weeks ago, where I did a late night with Scottish Fitness, and I reach out and get some new people and that, and it's been a good time. Kind of laid back. Oh, excuse me. Yep. Yeah, I just opened it, but I worked actually an extra hour OT. So they've got like 9 different things that go on in that place, and I've been trained in 3 of them. 2 extensively. One I picked up in 3 hours. Well, the middle is like the most difficult one, and I've been trained a little bit in there. So this Michael has been there for over 20 years and probably knows more about everything. Is He wanted to leave. He goes, well, here and he showed me, like, he gave me a quick 5 minute tutorial on what I needed to do, and I took notes. It's okay. He goes, well, so I don't want to seem mean or whatever, but I picked you because I know you're smart, a lot smarter than anybody else that's around here. And I know you can do it. But here's my number in case. I said, no, that's great. I appreciate it and that. But it's really apparent that you catch on to things right away. So I was running part of the middle today. Now, if I can just keep them quiet about that, then I can stay over and where I'm at. But yeah, but that's what that was about. Yeah, but if you want, you can pop on to the YouTube and you can join in on the live stream. I know, you're good. You've had a long day. Okay. All right. Well, I love you, sweet pie. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I've been working inside. Could have been. Yeah. So the bitter Cure on there, and he lives in Missouri. And he said he's only about 3 hours from Joplin. Off of, where I-94 is? Or I-49? I didn't either, but I don't have the map up. All right, sweetie pie. Well, I love you. You sleep tight. I'm working 8 hours. So if I go in by 1, then I can be off by 9. Yeah, I'm thinking about going in around noon or 1, because I want to get some work done on the garden and stuff like that. I can do that. Make sure it's got water or whatever. Okay, I'll water it in the morning. Okay, I'll give it some water in the morning. I will water it in the morning, sweet pea. Love you. Bye bye. Thanks everybody for waiting. That was my honey. She at her mama's. And luckily I had the Bluetooth hooked up to the phone, so I could do that. Grand Adventure Japan. Beaverines, there we go. Absolutely. So Proper Nation definitely one. I like following John. He's got good content. I like following Rudy. I like when he does some videos on some equipment and that. I've picked up Duracell solar generators because of what he said about them. I got 3 of them now, and they're great. I mean, there's better ones out there, but for the money, I couldn't pass it up. Actually, I think it was Rabbit Coyote that let me know about the one that was rebuilds that were only $2.99, and I got them. I think it was like perfect. and then the Gray Man Prepping is the ones I usually follow the most. Some other ones I followed for a while. Angry Prepper, I'll still follow him every now and then. It's just most of the time his live streams are coming out the same time mine is, so it's hard to do that. Oh man. So it's like the 29th, got 2 more days in May. I'm actually trying to get some of my views driven up. So let me see. Where am I at? 195, not bad. And between 11 and midnight, I had 250 views. So far, I got 90. I gained 2 more subscribers back. I'm a famous man. You're famous with me, Christopher. I don't know if you're still on there, Christopher, but you're famous with me. Oh, Aiden Rogers. Hey, thanks for being there. You help me a lot. Watching your content is very inspirational. Well, thank you, Aiden. I'm glad that it is. I'm just here about motivating people to get in better physical shape, one little step at a time. So my videos and live streams have been helpful, and I feel good about that. Thanks for stopping in. I was doing a late night because I figured out just give me a chance to meet people that I usually don't on the morning chats because maybe where they live or whatever, or their job or schedule and that. So Aiden Rogers, what part of the country are you from? Not exact, just general. Now everybody say hi to. I said Aiden Rogers. Everybody say hi to Aiden. And just real quick, give you a little scan. That's what I was doing. Waiting for everybody to show up. There's my little collection of trophies from the last couple of years. Just showed up my case knives. And here's a blast from the past. We'll find this when I was cleaning up. Camel paint. Used to paint up with this all the time. America, California. Oh, there we go. Been California a few times. The last times, Sears is pretty much done. I manage a Sears store here in Illinois. It's closed. I had two buddies I knew that managed stores. They're closed. They didn't adapt, I guess. My daughter was in Monterey, California, at the Defense Language Institute. We went out there and it was gorgeous. 65 degrees year round, no flies, no mosquitoes. I was also in West Palms for training when I was in the appliance industry. And at the time, Kevin Costner was having a golf outing. And there I got to meet Cheech Marin, Kevin Costner. There's also a band member. I can't remember his name, but he was really cool. He sat there and bullshit with us, and he had drinks with us for an hour or so down on the bar. One of the players from ZZ Top was there. Long beard, traditional garb. Ryan Stiles from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Big tall guy, taller than me. He was there. Drew Carey was there, but I didn't see him. But it was fun. Just those 2 times. I think so. Yep. So we did go to the Winchester House. And then we went to San Jose. We used to tease my daughter. Said, "Do you know the way to San Jose?" Yeah, you got the two with the long beards and that. One of them was there. He was a traditional golf card, like Scottish carb. I kind of kept to himself, so I didn't get to talk to him, but I seen him. Kevin Costner, I did get to talk to. Told him that my wife, who was Lakota Indian, really enjoyed his Dancing with Wolves, and he was polite. He seemed pretty cool. Cheech Marin, I gave him a thumbs up. He had some young ladies sitting there winking at him, and he was smiling, and just he seemed cool. And then Ryan Stiles almost ran into him, literally ran into him. He goes, "Well, chase him down." I said, "I'm not chasing him down. Number one, he's got a really long stride like me, actually longer." And I said, "I'm just not that guy." Like I said, there was that one band member. He's got a lot of tattoos. He actually hosted some poker things too. He was fun. I'll have to Google him so I can remember who he was. He was enjoyable. But going to those Monterey and going to those redwoods were just awesome. Those trees are just unreal. No, they're really pushing it, aren't they, Harvey? Yeah, they're gonna. So what do I do for joint pain? Well, everyone, I gotta go to my doctor. I've got a really high pain tolerance, and a lot of times I don't complain about things until it's too late. So I don't have a lot of joint pain, but when I do, I usually it's like Motrin. You're getting joint pain all the time, then you're probably lifting too heavy. If you're lifting, you're probably lifting too heavy. I would decrease your weight by say at least 20% and just increase reps. Because if you're really getting a lot of joint pain, that means you're putting too much pressure on it. You're 16. Let's say you're looking at it the wrong way. So I only bench 225. No, I'm 16 and I bench 225. 225 is a great weight for a 16-year-old. Very few at 16 can do that. I couldn't bench it at 16. I could bench it at 18, but I couldn't bench it at 16. Number one, I was too tall and skinny. So, yeah, that's what my doctor said. Well, uh, Adrian, how much do you weigh? And how tall are you? All right, 220 pounds. So you got good weight. And you're benching over your weight. That's good. 6 foot tall. All right. So, only strong young man. You probably want to get bigger because you're only 16. At 16, I think I was 6 foot. At 19, I was 6'4". Greetings from New Zealand. All right, that's a new country. Hey, Zen. Greetings. Thanks for joining in. I can deadlift 315, so you're in great shape. So what I would do, if you're getting a lot of joint pain, so when you say joint, is it the shoulders? Is it the elbow? Is it the wrist? Is it the knees? Where is the pain? Overhead press 135. That's still a lot of weight. Not let me show shoulders and elbows. All right. Um, how much do you curl? I really had problems with my elbows because I was curling too much weight. In college, I was walking around like this. I couldn't straighten my damn elbows out. Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks, Sean. Sen or Sean or however you want to pronounce that. Thanks for getting motivation from that. That's what they are there for. If you haven't subscribed, please do, but you probably have. Okay, so the elbows and wrists could be because you're curling too much weight. Could be. I without being able to do a real good evaluation. Um, the shoulders uh, definitely can be from benching too much weight. So, have you looked at my latest videos on the shoulders where I'm doing those field goals with the light weights? Have you seen that one, Aiden? That will do wonders for your shoulders. So I would do those. I would do like 4 to 6 sets of 15 with light weights. And then also, if you have cables, I would do cables where you're coming out this way, keeping your elbow tight, then coming in this way. And I do the same thing with light weights. All right, yeah, watch those videos and do those exercises. And I'll tell you, it did wonders for my shoulders. Yep. So on the cables, here, let me just pull it down here a little bit so you can see it better. So you're just, maybe 5, 10 pounds on the cables. And you're doing, 12 to 15 reps and do about 4 to 6 sets. And then come in the other way. Boom, boom. So what that does, it strengthens those small muscles around your rotator cuff. Then you got the other ones where you're just doing the field goals. Same thing. 5, 8, 10 pounds. That's it. And it's also going to keep the rotator's cups nice and tight. It's pumping a lot of blood in there. It's getting a lot of nutrients in there. It definitely is going to make you out. The field goal workout you suggested. Yeah, and I tell you, it was a it was a doctor that showed me that at the gym, probably 20 years ago, because I had hurt my shoulders running in the gym. I ran into a wall, a blast, and I was dealing with the shoulder pain for almost a year and a half. And he showed me those 3 exercises, and 3 weeks later, my shoulders were 100%. And I was like, oh, it was a lifesaver. So anytime I hurt my shoulders, I do those. And you should do them even when your shoulders don't hurt. So actually making these videos motivates me to get back into the proper things I should be doing. Good setup in your cables and that and dumbbells, you're good to go. So those will take care of your shoulders. Reduce a bit of the weight on the curls and maybe the overhead presses. And that may help you out on the and then you got to make sure that you're eating enough protein to repair the muscles, and you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep. So your dad's 55, his shoulders are fine now after surgery. Well, that's great. A lot of times surgery doesn't go well. So for him to have a surgery and his shoulders are fine, that's awesome. That's great. Son, that's great that it took care of it. He benched 435 for 3 at 45. That's a huge bench, especially for those reps. So if he's doing 435 for 3, I mean, he had easily a 465, 470 max. Easy. And that's what I like to hear. I like to hear, exactly what I'm getting, how, I had this issue, I did this, now it's gone, or, things like that. He has an extra male chromosome. So I don't know what that does. So an XYY, more testosterone. Awesome. Maybe I do. I don't know. I've never had my testosterone test tested. He goes, hey, why not? I said, because then I'm going to see a number, then I'm going to base my ability on that number. And I just rather not know. I mean, am I the same I was when I was 18? Oh, hell no. But, half the battle's right here. And at 16, you're just in the beginning of it. Get the form down now, and take your time. And when you're 18, you're going to look back. Oh, wow, look how far I came. I'm 21. Wow, look how far I came. I'm 25. Wow, look how far I came. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I had a guy he was 37 years old. You talk about, uh, getting the TRT or whatever and that. And he asked me about it. And I said, I said, I can't tell you anything about it. He goes, why not? I said, because I don't have any experience with it. I said, you need to have that conversation with a doctor. Can't have it with me. I don't comment about things I don't know anything about. So what you'll find, Aiden, is as you get older, your gains will go up faster because as you mature and your body changes, your body's going to start producing different things at different ages. And to be honest with you, yeah, 45, a male is actually in his prime for strength. I'm just trying to extend it. Yeah, 45. It was 45 was the first time I hit 405. Now a lot of it was me not believing I could do it, but once I did it, boom. So yeah, you know, and then you're always, you're concerned about keeping your shoulders protected and your joints and stuff like that. So yeah, when you get older, you get a lot stronger. At 16, I understand you're a big boy, 6 foot, 220 pounds. But you'll find when you get into the 20s and 30s, your ability to get stronger will increase. You lose a little bit of endurance. It's a give and take. You give, they take. But yeah, if you stay with it, Alex, I've been lifting ever since I was 14. I have taken some breaks, regretted each one of them, but hey, life happened. But I always got back into it. When I got back into it, I learned from it. That's all right. As you get older, that'll change too. I've seen a lot of people at 16, they had a lot of body fat, and by the time they were 25, that all went away. Just keep working at it. Because that fat will sit there and provide you energy to turn that into muscle. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, slow and steady wins the race. Just keep at it. And the only person that you're competing with is yourself. Yep, and that's not a bad idea. I do take breaks, once a year on purpose, just to let everything get some extra time to heal. Now this year I took too long of a break, but I didn't have any choice. Yeah, I think we're getting another beer here. Having a good time. And then I'm sure about the body fat because if you're doing it with the height and weight thing, that's not. Maverick Nets 100 million opening this weekend. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to watch. I won't be able to take the wife to that. You go see that movie, Harvey Black, and she is not a fan of Tom Cruise, and she didn't like the first Maverick movie. I did. She didn't. And she just doesn't like the guy. So that's something I'll have to wait for DVD and kind of watch on my own. I heard it's an awesome movie that I'd probably like to go see. But you have developments. So yeah, remember abs are down there whether you can see them or not. Yeah, my son kind of got me on that. Goes, well, you got a belly, son. I'm a power lifter. Most of that's muscle. Was there some fat? Of course there was some fat. But I said, take your best shot, and he put everything he had into it, and he hurt his hand. He goes, oh my God, that's solid. I said, listen, some of these guys were deadlifting 900 pounds. Hitting them in the stomach would be a waste of damn time. We got so much muscle there, it's unreal. You look at Eddie Hall and that, you could hit him with a sledgehammer in the gut and he'd laugh at you. 435-pound lat pull down for 5 reps, bent over rows for 225. That was good. Be careful to bend over rows. And they gave me some back. Well, they didn't, but they got my back weak, and then I was moving potting soil for the wife, and it threw my back out to the point where I took a 3 year break. I shouldn't have, but yeah, I was about to say a lot of muscle. Like I said, you could hit him in the sledgehammer in the gut, and he'd laugh at you. You know, and I've lifted with and competed with Dan Bell. You know, was a 1,000 pound squatter, and I think about the same in deadlift. Just incredibly strong individual. You know, Bill Carpenter throws a really great event at Dubuque, Iowa, which I'm going to try to make. I don't know if I'll be able to compete. I don't know if I'm going to be at the weight the lifts I want to be, but I'd like to. I enjoy his event. It's a big event in Dubuque, Iowa. And then I've also competed in the same events that Little Bergs have been in. Well, you've got to sit there and be able to pull what he pulls. You got to do. I mean, deadlifts, you have to have abs. You got to have really strong abs to pull deadlifts like that. People think it's all back and shoulders down. It's abs too. Got to have the core. Any power lifter has a very powerful core. You can, and I mean, and compete at any time, because when you compete, remember, you're not really competing with anybody else. You're competing with yourself. Get your numbers out there. Then the next time you compete, those are the numbers you want to beat, because everybody is cheering for you, even those who are competing against you. Nobody wants to see anybody fail. One thing, when I've got somebody lifted in front of me, I want to make sure they did the lift, because if they don't, then I got to deal with that. Oh crap! Well, he failed. Why did he fail? Now I got to get that out of my head. So I never want to see anybody fail a lift. I never want to see anybody get hurt. And even when I'm competing with them, I'm cheering them on, because I'm telling you, in the powerlifting community, for 99% of it, everybody wants everybody to be successful, and we're really good about uh, supporting each other. That's why I do it. I mean, it was my buddy Vince Robbins that got me into it. So I said, "Well, I just live to be strong. I don't live to compete." He goes, "No, you meet great people. You know, it's it'll motivate you." And he was right on both accounts. I won my first event, and I was competing against 2 other people. I won it by 5 pounds. And that guy won it over the other guy by 5 pounds. We were close, you know. And most of those people I still see at meets. We all know each other, so it's a really great community. I haven't really met any jerks. So if the other people are in chat, if you got any questions, go ahead and pop them in there. Any comments, stuff like that, let me know. Yeah, bodybuilding, that's even tougher, because you got to diet. I used to have metabolism that wouldn't stop, so I kind of was, when I lifted when I was younger, I lifted like a bodybuilder, because I could eat whatever I wanted. And I ate a lot of food. I ate good food, but I could eat a lot. And I was probably only about 7% body fat, without even trying. And then the 40s happened. And after I turned 40, things slowed down. So I found myself getting heavier, but stronger. But yeah, I'm not at 7% body fat anymore, nor do I want to be. So if you're new in chat, or if you're still in chat, please say hi. Let me know you're still in there. I don't really have any plans for tomorrow, so work in the garden and go back to work. It's kind of my one evening. There you go, Harvey. Keep working on the muscle, because for every pound of muscle you produce, you burn 100 calories an hour. Just having it. Or 100 calories a day, just having the muscle. Hey, son, there we go. So yeah, just building the muscle burns another 100 calories a day just having the muscle. You can actually stay at the same weight but still be getting leaner. Like I said, you're only 16. You got plenty of time. And I've seen that transformation many times where, 2 or 3 years you're looking at them going, oh god, the Petoskey brothers, they were like that when they were 16. They were very big and heavy, but strong. And then, when I see them when they're like 22, 23, holy crap. I mean, they just looked great, but they kept going at it. So you weigh 235, now you weigh 220 at 6 foot. That's not actually a bad weight. It really isn't. You already lost 15 pounds. You probably put on about 3 or 4 pounds of muscle. So equivalently, you probably lost more than that. You probably will. You probably will. Like I said, when I was 16, I think I was just at 6 foot, maybe not quite. And I went in the service, put on 40 pounds and 4 inches in like 20 weeks. When I came home, it was like, so any suggestions on barbells? You know, Lifting's lifting. Because I'm using a lot of gym equipment now, but I do have a full gym down in the basement. You get what you pay for to a point. So, I wouldn't go to, probably wouldn't go to Walmart and buy them. Rogue Fitness has got some really good equipment that I would highly recommend. Not sponsored with them whatsoever. If they ever want to reach out to me, though, I'd be more than happy. But if you're going to be serious into it and you want something that's going to last forever, that's what I would get. I haven't broken any bars now, but I bought some bars I regretted getting. Yeah, 2 years, that's great. I've been doing over 45 years, and God willing, I'll do another 45 years. I'm hoping they'll have some good pills for that by then. So yeah, Rogue Fitness would be good stuff. 10 chin-ups, there you go. Yep, I can do chin-ups and pull-ups too. I worked at it. 13, pushing 6 foot. Wow. And that's a good idea because really at 13, most of his energy is going to growing the bones and skin and just getting the muscles out there. At 13, you're really not. I mean, working out's not bad, but like you said, what you're doing, the body weight ones, you can do those every day. You can do chin ups every day. You can do push ups every day. You can do sit ups every day. You can do deep knee bends every day. Even when you're working out, you can still do those because it's moving blood and nutrients into your body, which does you wonders. So yeah, son, I would say that's good advice. And as he's 15, as his body chemistry starts changing, where you can start putting on some mass. There you go. Well, let's cut back on the weights a little bit, Aiden, and kick up the reps. Now there are some things that help your joints. I did a video on that too. It's probably pretty deep in there, but there are some products. If you go see your nutrition specialist and tell them you eat something, it's going to be like high in shark cartilage and things like that. And a lot of those things are going to help your joints too. Uh, I'm probably going to get another beer, so I'll bring the product up with me so I can show you what I take. And I don't take it all the time because surprisingly, I've got some pretty good. My knees popped when I was younger too. Matter of fact, I used my stuff used to make a lot of noise when I was younger. It don't either. I've gotten deaf. That might be true, or it's a ton of supplements. So, what supplements do you take? So give me that list there. I'm going to go down and get the one for the joints, and I'll be up in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. All righty, I'm back. So here's one of the products that I take. Oh, okay. So product I get from Apex Nutrition. Arginine, there you go. I take arginine too. And kind of a list of what in it. Probably should have bought my readers, but there's collagen. Geez. Shark cartilage. There's about 7 main things that are in this. I don't know if that'll focus well enough for you or not. But if you go to Apex Nutrition online out here in Short, Illinois, and use the code MacBean 15, you'll get a 15% discount. All right, and it'll ship to you. But this is a product I take. I only take it about once a week. So I take vitamin D, right, which is good. Arginine. I swear by arginine. I take a lot of arginine. Fish oil. I've gotten off the fish oil only because I had a bad experience with some expired fish oil. My fault. Iron, magnesium. Yep. CoQ10, zinc. Yeah, take all the B vitamins. Take a Men's Health 40 plus every day. Metamucil. Right, Termix, not steroids. But yeah, the arginine, I'm a big thing. And then take the arginine at night. All right, because it's gonna free up a lot of your body's ability for HGHs and things like that. Oh yeah, vitamin C, big time, especially when I'm dealing with colds and that. Yeah, night and morning. That's what I do too. Well, and I also do it before a workout. But when I think of it, take a lot of it before I go to bed. Yeah, and I've always got nutritionists trying to get me. Well, take this product, take this one, take this one. So emergency. So if you're just taking regular C, and I did a whole series on vitamins and minerals. But people who take more than 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C on a daily basis are like 42% less chance of getting strokes. Yep. Anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, and more too. Yep. Take it with 5 to 10% black pepper and oil and fat in the meal. Start slow at meals. It's awesome. Cool. Yeah, one thing about Harvey can research some stuff. I got 16 thumbs up. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sure, I got 4 people in chat, so if you haven't said hi, and all of a sudden you're probably still staying in there, but if you are new, please say hi. Hey, and you do a lot of good research. That's good. You're really heading on the same thing, like I said, with the joints and that. Do those small shoulder exercises. And I loaded them up a few times today because I was doing some things that where would be my views at different times. I'm gonna look at analytics, see if anything's improved. Oh, there we go. A little bit better. Still at 48.27 for the subscribers. I think I still got the same. Yeah, try to keep the things going. Keep going. Move ahead. Hell, how you doing? Thumbs up. Appreciate it. 18 thumbs up. This is a great time. I tell you, I wish I had the energy to do this more often late at night, but it's fortunate the mama has taken a little trip, so I can sit there and do this tonight. Probably next Sunday, not so much. So black pepper makes turmeric 20 times more bioavailable. That's true. There's a lot of things like taking different vitamins together. Like you want to get more out of your iron, take it with vitamin C. You want to get more out of your vitamin K, take it with vitamin D. So yeah, I did about 10 videos on that with where I did, here's the benefits of vitamin C, here's the benefits of A, here's the benefits of the B complexes. So if you want to go through those in my videos and watch those, I went into detail. I took notes and everything. I still have notes downstairs. But you'd be surprised that most vitamin and minerals have some sort of ability to help reduce cancer. Oh, the cold showers. So I took one the other day. Not a fan, but I'm thinking about it. Because there's a lot of research on that. About taking the cold showers for like 3 weeks are supposed to help you. The lactic acid cycle. So probably because I don't run anymore. When I used to run, I used to have that problem with lactic acid. But with lifting, I don't have an issue with lactic acid at all. So the cold shoulder is an anti-inflammatory. You want to be happier. So I'm happy. Yeah, and vitamin E is too. And another thing about vitamin E is vitamin E can be absorbed through the skin. So what I'll do is I will cut open a couple of those ones and rub them in the scalp. I noticed I was getting very rough scalp lately, well, last year, and I've noticed that it's been really helping it to smooth out. I also been rubbing on the ear where I had a portion here that would not heal, and between the vitamin E and hydrogen peroxide, it has healed. And then when I was a kid, I busted my nose open with a crowbar. Long story, and I had stitches, and I rubbed vitamin E in there, and there was no scar. So yeah, there's benefit from taking cold showers regularly. Yep. Vitamin B2 is good for your skin. Vitamin B3 is good for your cholesterol. So I take it. Pretty cold here in New Zealand, so it's pretty cold here in New Zealand, so I haven't tried it yet. Lots of laughs. Also, very beautiful there too. It's got some very nice scenic forest and stuff like that. I haven't been there. And had I not used up my leave time when I was in the service, I could have went to Australia. Okay, losing weight pretty fast with them. All right. Something happened to me pretty crazy today while I was in my workout. Yes, yes. Originally from Australia, just pretty close. I never open the garage when I work out, but you decided to. About to roll your 225. My ex-girlfriend was walking by. At 16, how can you have ex-girlfriends? She stopped and looked right as I rode that. And have a lot. 5 ex-girlfriends? She left me for somebody else. Well, then it wasn't meant to be. Wouldn't worry about that. Wasn't meant to be, and she did you a favor. Do yourself a favor. Don't ever let her back in. That's why I try to tell my kids, especially with my boy, he had a girlfriend and lost her. I said, well, your mom wasn't the first woman I dated. And I wasn't the first man. But she was the last one I dated, and I was the last man she dated. There you go. And at 16, you don't have to worry about that stuff anyway. I know how it is. I was 16. I remember. There was a girl I dated when I was 17. She was a looker. And when she decided to break up with me, it bothered me. And then she ended up getting with one of my friends. and got married, had a kid, and divorced him, and I realized I had dodged a bullet. So I've been married over 30 years. We dated 3 years before that, and raised 3 kids. Yeah, I remember, dating is looking for compatibility. So, if it doesn't work out, that's a good thing. Don't ever force an issue. I mean, the whole dating process is to see are the two of you compatible. I dated a few, and sometimes I thought they were the right one. Sometimes they thought I was the right one, and then finally, when I met my wife, it both clicked. It is hard work. Yes, it's constant work. Sometimes we forget, thinking that once you do it, the work's over, and it's not. It's never over. Even after 30 years, it's not over. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I got 18 likes, which is awesome. Yeah. And I don't even worry about it. I mean, I didn't date much when I was in the service because I knew I didn't want to get involved in a relationship while I was in the service. So I kind of waited until I got out. Then in college, that's when I met my wife, and we dated for a while, and we moved in, and then we got married, and we had kids, and we raised our kids, and now our kids are grown and gone, and we go out on Saturdays and have a good time. They can be. Matter of fact, they are always a distraction. In high school, it is. Too many people have too many opinions. You know. Yeah. So I'm glad that you recognize that even in New Zealand. Now, something that I don't talk about on this channel, but on my MacBean Farms and Prepping, that would be more of it. But yeah, the world is going into a strange direction, and you need to be prepared. So, fitness is preparation. Being fit also helps you deal with stuff. It is. My army buddy and I we talk about it every now and then. We knew the world would go crazy at some point. We just didn't think it would be so quick and so fast. But kind of see it in 2019, so I'm not surprised where we're at. Yep, strong body, strong mind, strong soul. Make sure you have extra water, extra food. I can run very fast. So I had a friend in high school called him Mountain Mike. He was 6'1", weighed 315 pounds. And I was maybe 6 foot and weighed 155 pounds. And he could run faster than I could. So you got to be careful about running 20. Well, you probably run faster than I do. And I actually can run faster now than I could when I was younger. Just not as far. Worse than I don't have to. Oh, orchard ahead. What type of orchard? You talking apple, cherry, orange? Yeah. My lungs prefer I don't. But I probably got to get back into it. I've been doing hikes. Been going on 3.5, 4 mile hikes. There you go. Orange Orchard. There you go. We got Sean Indian and Harvey Black. That's three people I got in there. That's on a bicycle. Can't remember last time I've been on a bicycle. Can't remember last time I was on a motorcycle. Another thing I want to get because it actually would be considered a prop and a good one to have. Well, even at 6 foot, tall and 220 pounds, you definitely you got the right stuff going for you. Like I said, next couple of years you keep working the direction you're doing, and you're going to see some wonderful transitions happening. There you go. Just keep squatting it. Like I said, when you're doing the workout, don't worry about what other people are doing. You do what you can do. And then, like every 3 months or so, try to do 5 pounds more. By the end of the year, you're making goals. Let me see where my analytics are at now. Oh, man. Get back down to the subscribers. YouTube's such a funny thing. Giveth and taketh. All right, here we go. What happened? Oh, of course we do. But I mean, not for the overall thing. Everybody has got their favorite lift. Obviously, Mensch is mine. And I worked at it. My dad had a very powerful chest, so I have one. Some people have very strong legs. Some people have very strong back. It's hard to get the whole thing going, and it's hard to stay motivated. Yeah, it actually the views is the one thing that I'm getting confused about. I used to get thousands of views. Now I'm getting tens of views. I almost feel like that Allstate commercial. I'm going to get tens and tens of views. But half the battle's right here. Is the mental battle. It is so easy to let setbacks or life or schedules or other people's influences to hold you back. I finally got to the point where I try to teach the kids sometimes the people you hang around are going to determine what you're going to do. If you hang around motivated people, you'll be motivated. You will rise or fall to what you hang around. If you hang around unmotivated people, you'll become unmotivated. 2 out of my 3 kids understood that. One has not. Maybe someday that child will. But you rise or fall to the level you hang with. So you can still be the leader and bring everybody up. Right. Birds of a feather. And sometimes it's not even the birds of a feather. You just become that bird of a feather because you keep hanging around with them. So I try not to associate with people who have negative views. Somebody who's always complaining. I try to associate with people who have positive views. I'm not talking about overly positive views. I ain't talking about the sun is always shining and stuff because it's not always shining. but somebody who always has a solution. That's who I try to hang around with. And that's who I try to inspire. So that's what I'm trying to do here. You're right. You are a product of your environment, and you can control your environment. I had a cousin and her husband just watch the news 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. They watched the news. They watched all these different channels. And, they're on my Facebook, and they had so much anger. And they were posting all this anger. And I said, you need to turn the TV off. You need to get away from that because news is very depressing. News isn't to inform you. The news is to make you angry. Hey, Dragon Slayer, how you doing? Good seeing you, brother. Sister. I don't know. Didn't want to assume any genders. I think it might be the other way. But thanks for joining. I appreciate it. But anyway, I was telling him, I said, you need to turn the TV off. About 10 years older than me, I said, you need to go out and enjoy life. Go to the state park. Walk the trails. Sister, there you go. And I thought that was the case. So I said, uh-oh, trouble. But just go out and enjoy life and turn the TV off. Well, he passed away. And the next time I seen her, she did not look good. She's much older than her older sisters who don't watch the damn news. I used to turn on the news for about a half hour, and then now I'm not even doing that. I ask Harvey Black will give me all the news I need. But the thing of it is everybody wants clicks. Everything's breaking news. Breaking news, breaking news. No, there ain't no breaking news. I said, move on with your life. Prepare for the worst, live for the best. It is. But prepare for the worst, live for the best. Is my advice for everybody. And take joy in the little things and the little accomplishments in life. Because the news would like to think that we're all at war with each other. And we're not. We're not. It's like, Harvey, you're posting all those mass shootings now. I called that 2 weeks ago on Facebook. So it's been too quiet. Within 2 weeks, it's going to go nuts. And sure enough, here it is. It's a sad state of affairs to be in. Well, thank you, Aiden. I guess in 61 years, I did learn something. But I learned because I listened. When somebody was better at something than me, then that's who I trained with. Yep, it is perspective. Yep. I'm not saying you go through life with rose-colored glasses, but you got to understand that, did I get up this morning? Yes. Am I breathing? Check. Can I eat, every time I'm hungry? I can. Do I have a comfortable bed and a roof over my head? I do. Life is good. Do I have a fancy race car? No, I don't. I can't fit into them. I'm too big. Do we go to exotic places? I have. We've done that. I traveled 1.6 times around the world yesterday or last year. We did it. Google tracked me. So between visiting all my kids and that, the wife and I went around the planet 1.6 times in a car. I think that's great. TT the Great. How was nutrition throughout your prime years of training? It was actually good. Once I understood how important as it was. I used to eat, when I was younger, I used to eat so much food. I would eat easily from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. I eat every 2 hours. And significant amounts of food. Hey, Germany, was los? How you doing? Thanks for joining, Robert. I would cook 15, 20 pieces of meat on the yeah. I thankfully I did that last year. It would have killed me this year. it would have cost twice as much. It literally was. I was filling up for somewhere between $100.84 and 205 the whole time last year. Now it's over double. So you're right. Couldn't afford to make those trips now. But where was I? Go back to. Well, you are speaking to me in real life. You can see me. I can't see you, but you can see me. I enjoy the communication too. And I really enjoy when I do the live streams when I have the interactions from everybody because it helps it go on. Otherwise, I'm just preaching to the choir. Yeah, I mean, and luckily now I work close as calories go in my 30s, and I was doing probably more of a bodybuilder's workout and I had a metabolism. I was probably eating 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day, easy. I mean, I would come home, I'd work out 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, 3 on, 1 off, 3 on, 1 off, never varied. Uh, first year of marriage, you only had one kid. There you go. And I was ripped, 7% body fat. I was in great shape. And then I took a 3 year break because of a back injury. Let me see, is everything good? Out that I have crippled my right hand and I can't do sport for today and tomorrow. Everything is okay, I guess, right? Well, then do it the day afterwards. Always remember, you can start back up, but take care of yourself. Let yourself heal. Oh, I get when I had my one good question there, Aiden. So when I had my one video go viral, and it did, I had one just get in the gym and lift, man benches 460, and I had over 600. I think to date I've had over 647,000 views on it, almost 25,000 likes, over 6,200 comments. It seemed about 2 to 3% either accused me of A, being on some sort of gear, or B, they were fake weights. So then, how? And this is when the guy told me, he says, you need to answer your trolls. Those guys that say it, you still need to answer them. And I did, and that's why that video exploded like it did. So what I would do is I would take them to openpowerlifting.org and show them my events. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of great feedback on that, and a lot of people doing that. That's awesome. Because it was somebody who showed me that, and it really helped me out. Right. So what I did is I didn't worry about them. I hit them with facts. So the problem is when you get somebody likes you to say, "Hey, Scottish Fitness, great lift," and that's the only comment you did. But when you have a hater, oh, you're using fake weights. Well, I'm not the real weights. Oh no, I know they're fake weights. And that's okay. Well, here I do a video where I'm wearing the weights. Oh, but you must be on this and that. I said, well, no, but here's openpowerlifting.org, and I can get 13 comments from him. So they helped my channel grow. Yeah, I go, tools will help you grow, and they don't realize it. And I understand. They're not hating you, they're hating themselves. Well, that's good. 62 years old. I'm only 61. Give me a year yet. And that was the first time I hit 200 kilograms too, and that was one of my goals. And when I hit that at the UPA meet at the battle, the Iron Battle of the Mississippi, I was so happy. And then I hit it again 2 weeks later, up further north in by Des Moines, Iowa, and then I beat it in November at the UPA meet it was a cancer meet in Peoria, and I was happy as could be. I mean, my lifetime goal was hitting the 200 kilos. No, that's all right. No apologies needed. Just let's not be hasty. But yeah, and they can be your closest friends. You got to be careful about that. One thing about the friends I have, I don't have a lot of friends, but the ones I have are great friends. We're always trying to uplift each other. But yeah, when they're doing that hating, they're hating themselves. They ain't hating you. Yeah. And then there were some people that were doing some fake stuff too. And I didn't realize that. One of the guys that does my videos for Gym TV said he was going to all these different gyms, and some of these gym owners were using fake weights. They looked real, but they were fake, and their excuse was, well, I worked a regular 8-hour shift and I was tired. And he even asked me, they wanted to do a picture for the gym that I go to, if we should get those with fake weights. I said, no, I will never pose with fake weights. I said, because once you do, everything else is suspect. I said, and I can't believe that a gym owner would do that. But I guess there was more than a few that did. And then you got, the Brad Castleberries and some other guys that got busted with this stuff. And, so I can understand it. Hey, Preparedness Veterans. Morning, folks. Good morning. Can be really early over there where you're at. So, the wife's away, so I'm going to sit there and do a late night madness with Scottish Fitness. Yeah, I won't do them. If I can't lift it, I don't need to show it. People say, well, I used to do this. Well, this is what I do now. I would get that. Well, I used to lift this, when 20 years ago. Well, you lift it now. Well, I can't. Well, I'm still older than you. So why are we having this conversation? I appreciate it, and you should check it out. You really would, because I don't know if you were here when Silver Powerlifter PR was here. And he's the guy I follow on Facebook. But some guy talked some foolishness about his total, and well, he got checked, and he exaggerated his total lifts by 700 pounds. And I'm thinking, well, why would you do that? Because OpenPowerlifting.org has been tracking everything for the last 20 years. I haven't got haters in a long time. Yeah, one big video is when I did, and then what I would do is I had like 13 videos or comments that I would sit there and hit them with. And, 3 or 4 of them were my results from meets, and another 3 or 4 were videos of me doing even more weight at different gyms. And it shut a lot of them down. And I had a few that finally said, hey, man, I'm sorry. I just didn't think it was possible, but I was wrong. And they would apologize. I said, hey, no problem, man. I could understand that. I mean, I am tied 5th in the world all time in my age and weight class. You would have asked me that 30 years ago. I said, oh, no way I'd ever get to that point. So you really, yeah, I'm like, wow. I guess what 45 years can do. But and the reason I was handling it that way is because this radio personality, from 97 The Drive, said they can help your channel grow the best. Said always engage your haters. Always engage it. And I would say about 30% of them I brought over to be followers. Another 30% of them just disappeared. And then other people would like would just shut the other ones down. Well, benching has nothing to do with arm wrestling. Arm wrestling is shoulders, bicep, and wrist. And I know some guys I follow are just unreal arm wrestlers. And the two things that I noticed about them is they have a huge shoulder and a huge wrist. Doesn't take a big bicep to do it. It takes the ability to pull the wrist down. I was always good at it because I had strong shoulders and a strong wrist. I mean, I wouldn't do it now because those guys, they jerk so fast, I ended up blowing my shoulder out. Only 5 other people can do what you do, right, since 1975. And the guy who has the number one slot, one of the other bigger lifters that I know says that's not true. It says it's actually a quip lift. And I said, well, I can't challenge it, Jimmy Ray. You got to challenge it. To me, it seems like sour milk. He goes, no. And then I checked out his quip lift. His quip lift was within like 5 pounds. So I'm probably tied for fourth. And I think that's great. The guy who was third, I know. I've watched him lift, and he's fantastic. All right, there we go. The tricep in arm wrestling, no. Triceps this way. Remember, tricep moves your arm this way. Bicep moves it this way. The wrist does all this. And the shoulder does this. So arm wrestling is shoulder, bicep, but the wrist. If you can break the wrist, that's half the battle in arm wrestling. In my younger days, I broke a guy's arm wrestling. There you go. That's why. So, just because somebody can out bench you doesn't mean they can arm wrestle you. Yep. It's a push. This is a pull. Good question, Jeremiah. Not anymore. The only reason I don't do decline, because decline really develops the lower pecs, and I have big pecs. I mean, my chest is huge. I don't need the lowers anymore. So I stopped doing the decline because I was just getting too big of a chest. That's right. Forearms are come with practice. Yep, Man City. That's another good one too. Water skiing, man, that's echo sport. I've only done that like 3 times. I won't do it anymore. No, flat bench does it. Flat bench works the lower pecs plenty, especially as much as heavy and as much flat benching as I do. I don't need to do decline. So yeah, I haven't done decline in years. Yep, I do too. So a lot of times I'll grab bar and I'll do these, or I'll do these, or even I'll do curls this way, and that'll really get that sucker going. They do. I don't do bent over rows because that's how I hurt my back. So I do a machine that kind of does the same thing. Sometimes you have to make adjustments. 19 thumbs up. All right. Let's see how my analytics are going. Take a look here. See how I've been naughty. 12 1, 291. Team 1 and 2, 106. Huh? I am back up to 4826. Midnight is on. There we go. And multitasking. Do you do dumbbell flies or cable extensions? So yes, I do. I used to do a ton of dumbbell flies. They also build you some pretty big pecs too. I've got I've got a big chest. There's some videos out there maybe with my shirt off, but yeah, I've got some huge pecs. Dumbbell flies, yes. Cable extensions, yes. A lot of times I use a dumbbell fly just to pump a lot of blood and nutrients back into the muscles. You see, I have a lifter belt and wear a regular belt as well. And if that's comfortable for you, then it's what you should do. That kind of falls under that big video of mine. Just get in the gym and lift. Do what's comfortable for you. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Do what is good for you. And I take advice from anybody, young or old. Never too old to learn. Anytime you think you're too old to learn, then you stop growing. You stop developing. Don't ever think you got to that point. Yep. Have I had issues? Yes. On 3 different occasions. I've always healed. The last time the doctor wanted me to have surgery, I told her no. And I just kept doing those exercises that I talk about. And I haven't had really any shoulder issues for 3 years now. And the last time I went for a physical, both her and the nurse were literally freaking out over my shoulders. They're like, "Oh my God, they're so big." Then they were giving me my flu shot and my pneumonia shot. And then when they seen the thing jump, they're like, "I've never seen muscles like that." And I'm like, "Well, ladies, I just don't know what to tell you. You have to be up in 4 hours, bigger as day." Thanks for the info and encouragement to everyone. You have a great week. You too, Harvey. And thank you for hanging out for so long, too. That's awesome. Appreciate it. And a lot of good information. Hopefully, tomorrow night I'll have clear skies so I can watch the meteor shower. So, yeah, my shoulder issues have been gone. And it's just those small exercises, I think, have a huge thing into it. Shortage of physiotherapists here. So, if Brandon's veteran, would that be like a physiotherapist? I don't know what that means. Would that be like someone who helps you? I'm trying to think of the word. Oh, crap. Old age moment going on here. You cycle creatine? No, I don't. But there's creatine in my pre-workouts. I used to, but I don't put that much effort in anymore. Not saying that you shouldn't, because there's definitely a lot of information out there saying that it does work. There you go. Rehab after treatment, right? Um, yeah, my wife was going to go for that. physical therapist. There we go. Physical therapist. That was the word I was thinking of. Matter of fact, she worked for a company that used to bring physical therapists over from England and Ireland here in the States. And when she was raising the kids, they allowed her to take the kids who were very small to their house and work out of the house. So that helped. So physical therapist. There we go. They're physical are different how? Yeah, slightly different. I think it's the same. Yep, after injury. Yep. And some of my clients, I work with. I'm doing that same thing for them, where they've been injured and that. But always make them go see the doctor first, and get a full write up. Before I go and do anything for them. A lot of times when people complain about something that I know it's kind of unique, the first thing I ask them, have you talked to your doctor? They're like, no, talk to your doctor first, especially if it's one you see all the time. And I don't know how it's in different countries and that, but now it's like, once I get a doctor I like, they buy the area or my insurance changes or they get promoted, then I have to go out and find another one. So the doctor I've had for the last 5 years is now retiring. So now I have to find another one and I got to retrain him or her. Because when they look at me and say, well, you should be lifting like that. Say, yeah, I've been doing it for 45 years. So those exercises and the videos are out there, but basically light weights called field goals, and do 4 to 6 sets, about 12 to 15 reps, not heavy weight, and then cables, outs and ins, same things. How often I get a physical every year. I get my yearly physical, unless I feel something has changed. So when I had this dizziness problem going, then I went and got one right away. But then time I actually talked to the doctor, I had worked it out. But I do have about 6 videos on those too, Aiden, if you want to watch, where I'm demonstrating those lifts. And because I'm getting so much interest in that and so many comments on it, I'll probably do some new videos on it. So maybe Tuesday after I mention, I might do some small videos on the shoulder ones. So here in the States, you got to have a master's degree to be a physical therapist. Yeah, popping, right. And you do this for a couple of weeks, that popping will go away. A lot of times you just get the movement. Movement gets the blood in there, gets the nutrients in there, gets everything that takes it far. Yeah, and those really help. And then I did a thing on arthritis too for the Celtic prepper. Did you get a chance to see that one, Dragon Slayer? So I did, some exercises you could actually do with milk cartons, because you could always, change the level of water in them. But she asked that because she didn't have any dumbbells. And then also I looked into foods to avoid and vitamins and minerals to help you on that. And that was only about 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, so look at, it was one of my nutrition ones I did I did it because the Celtic prepper asked me to. So that's in there probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I did it on a live stream. So it's one of my live streams. No, upright rows are good for your shoulders. Just, if it's hurting you, then once again, it's too much weight. Don't worry about the weight, worry about the reps. Absolutely. More than happy to help. 20 thumbs up. All right. Okay, if it's behind the head, it's not a military press. So I would probably, my opinion, there are people that sit there and argue. I would probably not press behind your head. Pull down behind your head, maybe, but not press. Pressing should be not behind. Bar should be in front of you. Just think about it. You would never try to press something like that. You would turn around and do that. Now, lat down behind your head might be good, especially if it's lightweight. Any movement will put nutrients into the bloodstream for you, and will sit there and go to the affected muscles and help. Yeah, always in front. Because think of it, if you're going to be back here, you just turn around, grab it this way. You can put more in there. I haven't in a long time, but I used to. I used to hook resistant bands on my bench, maybe 3 or 4 of them. Well, yeah. I mean, don't argue with your dad. Just if he's not watching, then don't worry about it. But yeah, you shouldn't press behind your back. And we all did that when we were younger. I did too when I was younger. But it is putting your shoulders in a bad position. Yeah, and a veteran's veteran, that goes with everything. Just everything is good. Just get in the gym and lift. Everything is good. And the more variation that you can put in your workout, the better. Like I said, I will sit there and see somebody else doing a different exercise I haven't done before. I go, hey, what's that exercise doing? Oh, it hits this here, and I'll do it. Now I'll do it with lighter weight because it's new, and I'm always looking at new things to do. You know, I mean, I'm going on hikes now because of the body beat down. I'm you use dumbbells when mentioned or just a barbell. So I would say 90% of the time I'm just doing uh, the barbell. But if I have somebody in my strength area, then we'll do some barbells. I'll have to look up what power balls are. If you're talking about the weighted, things and that, yeah, throw them around, stuff like that. Then again, I'll grab a 45-pound plate and I'll do shoulder lifts like that, and then I'll throw it over my head when I'm outside. So 20 thumbs up. Been really fantastic. I appreciate that. If you haven't hit thumbs up, please do, but I think you all have. Hopefully you're all subscribed. Please like and share on your channels or your Facebooks, Instagrams, and things like that. And that will help the station too. Oh, real wrist burner. I do something else for a wrist burner. Yeah, 5 hours is too much. I did 3 hours, and man, did I get results. I sure did. But, I ate everything in sight too. Went up like 3 shirt sizes, also because of the neck. Somebody got that one. Yeah, I did that with my elbows. I was curling too heavy in college. I was walking around like Popeye. Had to go against the wall to straighten my wrist out. And the doctor I had was a bodybuilder, and he says, "Well, I'm not telling you to stop lifting, but you might want to rethink the weights you're using." one thing I've always had very powerful wrist. When I play football, if I got a hold of you, I had you. There was no getting away. Even when I'm holding hands with my wife, sometimes I'll just stretch my hand in it. She's like, "What are you doing?" Ow, ow, ow. I said, "I'm sorry." Yeah, football or whatever. I got you. I had you. You work on your grip strength. You know, Once in a blue moon, I'll do those net, but because I do not use any sort of wrist support, no wrist wraps or anything on any of my lifts. So I'm always hanging on to stuff. So I do the farmer walks with 100-pound dumbbells and walk around the gym. I use no wrist wraps at all. So I really don't have to because every exercise I'm doing, I'm using my wrist. They do. Now, you play football, which I think is great, especially with all the weightlifting and the practice and everything. Do you wrestle? Because wrestle might be a really good thing to do along with it. Because I tell you, once you learn to grapple, the hands become very important. Almost about a year ago. Well, I don't blame you there. I'm gonna be a grandpa pretty soon, and I'm eh, thinking I might want my grandchild to be homeschooled. Now, the one thing the wife and I did, and my mom and dad did, is our kids could read and write before they went to school. So before they went to preschool, they could read and write because we read to them. We spent time with books. They didn't have a cell phone in their hand; they had a book in their hand. You Whether it was just simple words or whatever. I always felt being a powerful reader was a better way to be. Yeah, and I agree with you. Yep, absolutely, absolutely, I agree with you. Says you should go to school to learn to read and write and arithmetic. And that's it. The opinions you develop later when you become an adult. Yeah, I always could read. I could read and write before I went to kindergarten. And I still read. I read at an insane rate, and I enjoy books. I just read too fast. But you're right. All right, 22 likes. I think I got everybody I've said hello to. Thank you very much for joining in on the Midnight Madness with Scottish Fitness. Auburn homeschool, absolutely great. Dragon Slayer, that's fantastic. I tell you, I rarely watch TV anymore. I watch Forged in Fire if I can catch it, and that's it. Oh, I forgot the like I just did. Thank you, appreciate it. It helps that algorithm, and had a really enjoyable session with everybody there. I'm definitely going to sit there and put more of those small muscle shoulder workouts out there for you, everybody, because I could see that's really having a great impact and a positive impact on everyone. So remember, rest, at least 6 hours of good sleep, nutrition, at least a half gram of protein per body weight. if you're lifting heavily, in proper form overweight. Ashley, I appreciate you popping in and spending time with me also. So remember, like, subscribe, share. I do have memberships available. I don't think I downloaded that one yet. Maybe I did. But any member who's been a member for 6 months is going to get a free shirt. Or if you do want one of my shirts, they're $30 plus shipping and handling, but they're 90% cotton. They're really high quality shirts. And I think maybe we were going to tell me that before. Also, leave a comment after it. So yeah, please do that. So please, after the live ends, if you go into regular comments and say what you liked, so tell me like what part of the live screen you enjoyed the most. I'd appreciate that, and also appreciate everybody for showing up. Yep, no, I'm getting the next level shirts. I'm putting my dead cost of these shirts are about $22. But I had somebody say, hey, if you're gonna do shirts, make sure they're high quality. So I did. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining in. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Remember, be safe, be happy, turn off the damn TV, and rest, nutrition, and proper form.